You're 19 years old, and you're standing at a bus station in Eastern Europe with exactly $47 in your pocket and a one-way ticket to a city you can't even pronounce. Your mom died when you were 12. Your dad, well, he traded his liver for vodka years ago. You grew up in a Soviet-era apartment block where the elevator hasn't worked since the Cold War ended, and the only thing that grows faster than the mold on the walls is the despair in people's eyes. Look, you're not dumb. You finished high school barely, but college, that's a fantasy reserved for kids whose parents have teeth. You've been working dead-end jobs since you were 14, washing dishes, hauling bricks, cleaning toilets. Then one day your cousin Dimitri shows up. You haven't seen him in 5 years, but now he's rolling up in a Mercedes with rims that cost more than your entire year's salary. He takes you to a cafe, orders 2 espressos like money means nothing, and makes you an offer. He says he works in logistics. You know that's code for I move things that shouldn't be moved, Mike, but honestly, you don't care. He tells you the job is simple, you'll be a recruiter. You find people, young people, preferably women, who are desperate to get out of this hellhole. You promise them jobs in Western Europe, waitressing, cleaning, nanny work, whatever sounds legit. For every person you recruit, you get $500. Your conscience is screaming, but your stomach is louder. You tell yourself just this once, just until you get enough to move somewhere better. So you start. You hang around hostels, bus stations, unemployment offices. The first girl you recruit is named Anya. She's 17, maybe 18. Her eyes light up when you tell her she could make 2,000 euros a month working as a waitress in Berlin. She hugs you, she actually thanks you. You feel like a monster, but you also feel the envelope of cash Dimitri hands you later that night. 3 months in, you've recruited 14 people. You move out of that rotting apartment, you rent a decent place, you buy clothes that don't smell like sadness. But then one night, you're scrolling through social media and you see a missing persons post. It's Anya. Her family is looking for her. She hasn't called, she hasn't written. Your blood runs cold. You know exactly what happened to them. You try to quit. You call Dimitri and tell him you're done. He laughs. He reminds you that you're in the system now. You've got a file, you've got a face. If you walk away, you're not just unemployed, you're a liability. And liabilities, well, they tend to disappear too. He offers you a promotion. Instead of recruiting, you'll be managing a safe house. The safe house is a nightmare. It's a basement in an abandoned factory on the outskirts of the city. There are 12 girls locked in a room with no windows. They're scared. They're crying. They ask you when they'll get to their jobs. You can't look them in the eye. One of the girls, she's 16, tries to run. She gets halfway across the factory floor before one of Dimitri's guys tackles her. They drag her back, and Dimitri makes an example of her. You stand there, frozen, watching. You've crossed a line you can never uncross. Years pass, you climb higher. You're no longer the guy in the basement. You're coordinating routes, bribing border guards, managing networks across 3 countries. You've got a team under you. You've got power. You've got wealth. You live in a penthouse. You drive a car that costs 6 figures. But every time you close your eyes, you see their faces. Anya, the girl who tried to run, the hundreds of others you've fed into the machine. You try to justify it. You tell yourself they would have ended up in prostitution anyway. But the truth is, you've become the monster you swore you'd never be. One day, Interpol kicks down your door. Turns out one of the girls you trafficked 5 years ago escaped. She went to the police. She testified. She gave them everything: names, routes, faces, your face. You're arrested, extradited, and put on trial. The prosecution parades 47 victims in front of the jury. They tell their stories, the beatings, the rapes, the slavery. And you just sit there in your expensive suit, knowing there's no defense. The judge gives you 30 years, no parole. As they lead you out of the courtroom in chains, you catch a glimpse of Anya's mother in the gallery. She's holding a photo of her daughter who they never found. She's crying. And for the first time in a decade, you feel something other than you spend your first night in prison staring at the ceiling. You think about the $47 you had at that bus station. You wonder what would have happened if you just stayed poor, if you just stayed nobody. Because now, you're somebody. You're a convicted human trafficker, and that's all you'll ever be. That's a wrap for today. I've got more deep dives like this coming your way, so make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next drop. See you in the next one.